You're getting lazy, bro.
Anyways, though, Carson Wentz will be doing that at some point in this game. And, yeah, hopefully it happens late. Like, maybe it's a walk-off touchdown or something. Because we do need that from Thursday Night Football. It's been a little bit of a stinker. No, last week was good. Hopefully we get another good Thursday Night Football matchup this week. And, yeah, here's my prediction for it. Let's get this thing going. And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Fun NFL. Please like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoy the Week 8 Thursday Night Football preview and predictions. Again, if you have not seen prior ones, I do go through college football games and the predictions for those as well after we get through this game. Again, we get the World Series tomorrow. A lot of cool things going on around the world of sports right now. But anyway, our Thursday night matchup here in Week 8. The Vikings, I swear, have been in this window. They definitely were in last year. I think it was 2 years ago, too, right? I might be wrong on that. It really doesn't matter. But the Vikings, for the second straight year, will be heading to LA for Thursday Night Football in Week 8. Last year, they were 5-0 in this matchup. Again, 5-1, my bad, because they lost the Lions the week before. 5-1 coming into this matchup. This year, again, with 6 games on their record total at 3-3. They'll be facing off against the Chargers instead of the Rams this year. So I guess less crucial matchup, but not really, considering both these teams are a little bit on the struggle bus right now. Vikings coming off of a game where they, again, against an Eagles squad that admittedly is a more talented team than them, really didn't put together their best foot forward. There we go. As Carson Wentz had a couple of bad turnovers and also missed a lot of throws, and realistically they should have gotten the end zone more than once, as they missed a big opportunity there to upset the Eagles there, who again did score 4 touchdowns to them, and their secondary was kind of like burnt toast, especially against Isaiah Rodgers. But guys, again, I'm not saying you were at the game, but if you were at that Vikings game and you were calling Isaiah Rodgers those mean words, bro, you're not cool. Like, what the hell are you doing with your life? Like, come on, bro, lock in. But anyway, they're obviously 3-3, and they do need to get a big win here. Chargers, on the other hand, have, like I said, been on the struggle bus. They've lost 3 of their last 4 games. Last week wasn't really anything different from what we've seen, as their defense really struggled to keep the Colts off the field. They kind of just got boat races. Many teams have gotten boat raced by the Colts this season. And despite Justin Herbert throwing for 420 yards and going all crazy like that, probably after the game too, he obviously didn't do enough for them to win that game. They are now looking to get a huge win against a Vikings team that they have not really commonly been able to beat, at least as of recently. As again, we look at these two teams, their matchups, they've actually played 3 times over the last 6 or 7 years. Actually, 6 years, but still. They played it in LA at the Chargers' old LA Galaxy MLS Stadium, whatever the heck that place was called. 39-10. That's when Kirko changed back in 2019 was their quarterback. Then they played in 2021, actually at SoFi. Vikings won that one 27-20 on the strength of an Eric Kendricks. That you remember him? That's a pretty good pull. They're a linebacker, 27-20 win for them in that one. And then they also played a couple years ago in 2023, Week 3. Both those teams came in at 0-2. Chargers began an 18-reception, 264-yard game from Keenan Allen. Won that one. What was the final score? Something like that. It was like, not 264. I think it was like 205. Aiden catches 205 yards from Keenan Allen in that game for a 28-24 win. Kirk Cousins threw a pick at the goal line in the game, too. That game was actually absolutely crazy. I think Mike Williams tore his ACL on that one, too. Former, again, Chargers receiver. But anyway, if you did not watch Thursday Night Football in the past couple weeks, again, it's always on Amazon Prime at 8:15. Not really anything changes there. You do, I think, have like a special post game or something. Maybe something like that. I don't know. It's in LA. We'll see. Again, they were in LA a couple weeks ago as well for, again, that Rams and Niners game. But announcing this game, again, we got a little bit different format here. Al Michaels, Kirk Herbstreit, and Caleb Hunter. Obviously, no weather unless they get lightning or something, which I don't think they will be getting. But anyway, for the Vikings, J.J. McCarthy is questionable at quarterback. Carson Wentz is his backup. Jordan Mason is, again, the starting running back. Xavier Scott's also questionable. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Jalen Naylor are our receiver. Adam Thielen is also there. T.J. Hawkinson's their tight end. C.J. Ham at fullback is not going to be playing in this game. Christian Darrisaw, Brian O'Neill, both starting tackles are both questionable. They're inside the offensive line is healthy, and they've been very, very solid so far this year, despite the injury to Ryan Kelly. Defensively, their whole D-line is good to go. They need to be better, though. Andrew Van Ginkel is out, so you will be seeing Dallas Turner out there a lot. Eric Kendricks and Blake Cashman are also there. Secondary, which was absolutely atrocious last week, is looking to bounce back. Byron Murphy Jr. specifically. Obviously, Isaiah Rodgers got burnt as well a lot last week. And then Theo Jackson kind of was just non-existent. Will Reichardt's their kicker. Ryan Rice, their punter. Miles Price is their returner, and Andrew DePolo is their long snapper. For the Chargers, obviously being the home team for this game, Kamani Valdo will be starting at running back, and they got literally no one else out there. Trey Lance might even have to move the running back. McConkey, Allen, and Quentin Johnson, who has not looked great the past couple weeks, are all going to be asked to do a lot at receiver. Trey Harris might even get out there. Orlando Gatson is their starting tight end. Tusker Fisk going to get a lot more snaps with the struggling Will Dissly moving farther back in the depth chart, and obviously Tyler Conklin, who's really incapable at this point so far this season. Even farther behind. Scott Matlock's at fullback. Joe Alt and Trey Pipkins, I guess the presumed starting tackles, are both questionable. And obviously the interior of the O-line has been healthy almost all the year, all season. Like I said, Bobby Hart, there's a chance he does play, especially on a short week with, again, the injuries here. Defensively, their D-line is mostly healthy. Jamari Caldwell gets out a little bit, but he has not really done much so far this season. He is questionable, though, for this game. Dan Henley, Denzel Perryman will be asked to do a lot. Khalil Mack, I like to see play, as well as obviously Odafe Oweh. They're both going to get out there a lot anyway. It doesn't really matter. Troy Dye is also questionable. Secondary, Elijah Bolden's questionable. RJ Mickens, if I had to guess, would get the start because he's really the only other two high guy they have. Or my bad, one high guy they have. Derwin James, not coming off the greatest week, and the rest of the secondary also not coming off the greatest week. Really just a corner there. Cam Dicker, the kicker, and J.K. Scott there. Darius Davis is the returner. Rick Lovato is their long snapper. Do not have the thing pulled up to say who I think is going to win. Again, how good this game is. But again, we'll get to that very, very soon when we get to college football picks. Not bad. Yeah, I'll give you guys how good I think that this game is in a little bit. But anyway, for who's actually going to win this one, I guess we're going to just do it in reverse order here. This is definitely an interesting one for me. The Vikings come in as a team that I think is honestly a little bit better of a spot than the Chargers. Obviously, now with the quarterback situation being on their side, though. Chargers is definitely a game you look at, and again, on a short week, saying that you could definitely see them losing, but at the same time, they are also a pretty talented team. But I really like the idea that the Vikings are going to be facing an offense they really have to stop the run against. And the fact that I think they can, get, especially in the secondary, bounce back, again, especially with a very solid group overall. I'm going to say they win this one in a little bit more of a frustrating performance by the Chargers. I'm going to say the Vikings win this one 27-17 behind a lesser of a clean but more of a solid game from Carson Wentz in this one. So I got the Vikings 27-17 in this one. That's all I got for you guys there. If J.J. McCarthy plays, again, praise the Lord there for the Vikings fans. But that's what I got for you guys there. Let's get to our college football game day picks. And, again, what I actually think of this Vikings and Chargers game. All right, guys. As promised, I'll put the Chargers and Vikings game where I think it does belong. But again, also to mention, teams on a bye this week. We get the Raiders and Cardinals both at 2-5. Jags are at 4-3. Lions, Rams, Seahawks also all at 5-2 are on a bye week. Again, it's the most heavy bye week of the year. I think for the next couple weeks we also have 4 teams on a bye, but just to put that out there. So again, I think this is most heavy bye week of the year. So don't really be surprised if there's a little bit less games this week. But anyway, for Thursday Night Football, I'm gonna put this game in. Where the heck are the Vikings? If I can find them. And there they are. This game for me, I think, is going to be entertaining. It's definitely a harder matchup to grade just because, again, the injuries that both these teams have sustained and the fact the Vikings really don't have anything predictable with them going on right now. At the same time, should be a decent game, though. Again, as I talked about the prediction, again, not something that I look at as like a premier Thursday football matchup, but again, definitely could do worse with this one. Again, overall, should be a decent game. Anyway, moving on to our college games. Again, college football at this point in the season, there's definitely not always the greatest matchups. We're going to have a really interesting one at the last one, but still, first game we're talking about the most highly ranked matchup, I guess technically of the day, is going to be number 8 Ole Miss with Trinidad's Chambliss going up against John Matu, who I think should be a Heisman favorite. I don't care that it's 7 touchdowns, 6 picks, 6-7 there. But yes, they're the best quarterback in the country, John Matu. I might be a little bit biased, but still, Oklahoma is probably one of the best defenses in the country. Ole Miss is an offense coming to Norman that is very hot. But last week, they didn't exactly play the greatest game against Georgia, despite, again, still being very close in that one. This is an Oklahoma team that I think if they mess around or their offense just does not show up, which could very well happen because I still don't think John Mateers is even close to healthy, could lose this game. But I have a ton of confidence in their defense to just completely shut down that Ole Miss offense to an extent. But that offense has to perform for Oklahoma. They can't run the ball, though, which is an issue. I don't really think it's going to change either. So this is going to be a tight game for sure, but I'm going to say Oklahoma pulls it out. Again, me being an Oklahoma fan, I kind of just got to do that. Next up is South Florida versus Memphis. Memphis just lost to freaking UAB and Chris Mortensen's son, which is absolutely insane that actually happened. But again, Memphis, overrated team, but at the same time, they played a cupcake schedule, so what am I going to say? They're also the longest active winning streak in the country coming into that game. Kind of crazy how, again, the parity works now with college football. You're not going to see any undefeated teams. But anyway, I got number 18, South Florida. I think they're a little bit overrated, too. Definitely on upset watch for this game, but really the only game they lost when they got blown up by Miami, who, despite not playing well at all against Louisville last Friday night, is still, again, considering one of the better teams in the country. So, South Florida, don't really sweat it. I'm going to see you guys win this one. Definitely going to be a tougher game for you guys, but not something that I look at as, again, a really true upset pick just yet. Again, we'll see. Maybe that actually happens, though. Definitely something I could see happening. Again, not the most confident with my pick, but definitely on the higher side. Memphis, Missouri, and Vandy. I don't really care who wins this one, to be honest with you guys. Missouri's an irrelevant team. They've, again, Ahmad Hardy, what the hell his name is. He's kind of a beast at running back. But Vandy's the team that I want to see continue to win, so I'm just going to pick them there. It is where Game Day is going to be going. Should be a really fun matchup. But honestly, again, I don't see really either of these teams really doing much in the play as the playoff may concern. BYU at Iowa State. This is just a classic Big 12 upset. BYU can score. They can't score as much as Iowa State. Iowa State isn't obviously a great team. They've lost 2 games already. They started like 4-0, if I'm not mistaken. But BYU at 7-0, I don't trust them in this game, guys. They're only undefeated team left in the Big 12. They're certainly not the best team in the Big 12 either. So I expect Iowa State hosting this game to get a big time upset win there. Illinois versus Washington. Neither one of these teams is really that good, but I do respect Washington as a decent team. They didn't really play that well at all against Michigan last week, though. So kind of mixed feelings on them. Illinois is a talented team, but again, I still can't take them serious after how they played against the freaking who are they? The Indiana, yeah, there we go. But Indiana's legit, so again, only can take that too far. But they just straight, and you lose 63-10 to a team that you're supposed to be competitive with. Again, I can't really take you seriously. So I'm gonna say Washington again, who's been so good at home so far. Again, in the past couple of years, I'm gonna take them in that one. Iowa, Minnesota. It's such a boring game. I'm going to say Minnesota with their offense, so figures out a way to win this. I understand that they don't have the better quarterback. Again, losing Max Brosman, I think, was a little bit more of a big loss than you might have thought. Again, Minnesota's a great team. Should definitely be a close game, but I'm going to say Minnesota again pulls that one out, even though realistically they're not the better team. SDSU, San Diego State versus Fresno State. I don't care who wins this one. Give me San Diego State. They're, again, from what I know, a better team. Again, they definitely have better recruits. All right, Baylor versus Cincinnati. Baylor's not really been good the past couple weeks. Cincinnati's got a good offense, very talented defense, despite not being very consistent. I'm going to say they win that one again. They're ranked number 21 for a reason there. All right, A&M versus LSU. Know a couple people are going to this game. I hope it's an absolute travesty of a matchup. But again, Texas A&M, despite being hella shaky last week, has just a much better offense and a better roster overall as well. And LSU, I think they're like star linebacker who should be, honest, I wouldn't say first round pick, but definitely somewhere up there. Again, is out, I think, for this game as well. Again, Texas A&M, they're just a better team as well overall. So, honestly, they win this one. I see this game definitely somewhat competitive because LSU does have a talented defense, but don't expect any, high scoring affair in this one. Again, I do hope that, what the heck's the game name? Not Malik Reed, right? Is it Malik Reed? I might be just completely, whatever. The quarterback for A&M definitely not have a great day. All right, now we get the best match of the week, considering it is undefeated versus undefeated, NDSU versus SDSU. Huge FCS matchup. Both these teams should be in the FBS, but they're not. South Dakota State's been really freaking good. North Dakota State is a better team from what I've heard. So, again, especially, I've watched a little bit of both these teams today. I wanted to get something here with this one. But South Dakota State has been the more consistent program as of late the past couple years. I'm going to say they actually pull off the upset here and get that win. I'm going to save those right there. What do we want to put out a score on for this game? Vandy wins 30-27. So I'm going to say 57 total points for that game. Don't worry about these points. We'll get more into that later. That's all I got for you guys here in the Week 8 Thursday Night Football prediction, as well as all these game day picks. Hope you guys enjoyed me guys doing this. Again, anything down in the comment section below about these picks, as well as the Thursday night pick, go ahead and do. And again, enjoy that Thursday night game. See y'all on Friday. Tomorrow, actually, for the recap of all the shenanigans that go on in that Vikings-Chargers atrocity of a football game.
Rivers to the end zone. Caught by Mike Williams for the touchdown. Attack Mike Hughes. When you're one-on-one and you have a receiver that big, throw it up high and let him go get it. Mike Williams, just his second touchdown reception of the season last year.